Gonna work?
Okay, welcome everyone to the May 15th, 2012 meeting of the Sherwood City Council. Before we begin, would you all join me with the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Sylvia.
Mayor Mays is absent. Council President Grant.
Here.
Councilor Henderson.
Here.
Councilor Folsom.
Here.
Councilor Butterfield.
Here.
Councilor Langer.
Here.
Councilor Clark.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. We have a consent agenda. Would someone like to
I'll move consent.
I'll second.
moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Thank you, Council. So, moving on to presentations. Chief.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to introduce Joe Simon with the Oregon Accreditation Alliance. And I will just let you take it away.
It's a great pleasure to be here this evening.
I think he's on.
Put, the button has to be up.
It is up.
Good. Okay. Good.
I'm not technologically adept.
We're not accredited up here.
Okay. It's a good thing. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to be here this evening to recognize the Sherwood Police Department for their achievement in attaining accreditation. Accreditation is a lot of work, and currently in the state of Oregon, our program has been in effect since 2001, April of 2001. We have 45 agencies under contract with us, and of those 45 agencies, only 28 are accredited presently. That's out of 171 total agencies in the state of Oregon. So it's roughly about 16% of agencies in this state are accredited. So you can tell what a significant achievement it actually is. And when you transfer that out onto a national basis, probably less than 10% of the almost 18,000 law enforcement agencies in the United States are accredited. I would say that from a council standpoint, from a community standpoint, you should be very proud of this agency for the work that they have put in to achieving accreditation and for meeting a high level of professional standards. They have to meet 102 standards that are based on life, health, and safety, and based on the best practices in our industry. And then every 3 years, they have to go through reaccreditation. So it's not like you receive this award and that's it. There's a constant self-evaluation that goes on the part of the agency to ensure that they're maintaining a high level of professional standard and service to their community. So, and they're a very innovative police department. They created an in-house program. One of their administrative assistants, Angie Haas, created an in-house system in Microsoft Word that allowed us to review a lot of their files electronically without having to come on site. So we were able to limit our on-site time to 1 day for all our inspectional and investigative services. So, as I said, it's been a real pleasure to work with your agency, and it's been my pleasure to see them succeed in attaining accreditation and to actually re-award this, because this award was officially given to them in April in front of their peers at the Chiefs Conference in Bend. So with that, I'd like to re-award with this certificate, and I'll read this. I mean, it's a significant achievement. The Sherwood Police Department, under Chief Jeff Groth, having fully demonstrated its voluntary commitment to law enforcement excellence by living up to a body of standards deemed essential to the protection of the life, health, safety, and rights of the citizens it serves, and having exemplified the best professional practices in the conduct of its responsibilities, it's hereby, upon the recommendation of the members of the Oregon Accreditation Alliance Board, awarded this certificate of state accreditation. Oh. Chief?
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, Mr. Simon. We are very proud of our police force here. We pretty much knew what you found out. We knew it already, and the chief has always strive to, I'm passing this on, I'm trying to talk, Chief has always strived to advance the quality of our program, and it really shows. The citizens know it, and we feel good about our police force here, and it just feels really good to see this kind of recognition and this kind of achievement. We appreciate you coming tonight. We really do.
Oh,
Welcome
my
here.
pleasure. Anytime you see the men and women of the Sherwood Police Department, shake their hand.
Okay.
Great job.
Thank you so much. Neat, very neat. All right, that's the only presentation. We're going to move to citizen comments. We have one form filled out at this time. If anyone would like to speak, they're welcome to. Just fill out a form and bring it up to Sylvia. The one form I have right now is R.J. Claus. There he is.
Robert James Claus, 22211 Southwest Pacific. Well, I'm glad to see Mr. Elsner here. I'm sure he may give you a little different comment than I'm going to give you, but I've been concerned for years about sovereign immunity on government officials. When you couple that with an insurance program, what you get is willfully bad acts that the public pays for. That's simple. I would put the Middleton case in that class. Never should have been tried. Same thing happened to us on the highway, and then ODOT lost $500,000 in legal fees. And they've been awful cautious ever since, but it was a $500,000, not of the Justice Department money, not of ODOT, of our money. So I talked to Mark Rouse some time ago about city service, and I said, you insure intentional torts. That's against public policy, by the way, for a private insurer to do it. Now, why? You don't want to encourage wrongdoing. So he said, well, we cover it. I said, how about civil rights violations? He said, I'm not sure. Nobody's ever taken us up. So I said, you might not give defense or coverage. You get sued for civil rights violations, I'm very sure you're going to get a reservation of rights letter telling you you don't have coverage. Now, that's going to fall back on us. And if that falls back on us, we're going to collect it from you. Now, let me tell you two things that happened. 3. You sued my wife when she had breast cancer, and this law firm timed the coot the day she was coming out of a double mastectomy. Now, that's really interesting. All the fopperal we made of Patterson's wife when it turned out not even to be breast cancer, but we could sue her and they wouldn't take her name off the complaint, put mine on it. Then we had a run-in on our subdivision because we couldn't sell it. And what did we find out? Good old Michelle Miller had not bothered to tell anybody. You folks had run a pathway through that subdivision. Now, I'm sure someplace along the line you heard of Lucas versus South Carolina. That's exactly what you've done. Now, thanks to the honorable and charming Governor Roberts, Metro got to the bottom of it. Guess what? You removed that pathway. I don't think you've removed the stigma yet, but you moved the pathway. Now we find completely different treatment on two properties that are adjacent to us with identical zoning. Oh, gee. I wonder if that could be a 14th Amendment problem coupled with a First and a Fifth Amendment problem. We know you sell zoning. The question is legal? Not if you sell it, we know you sell it. That's gone on in this town for a long time. Now, the only thing I'd tell you folks is I'm going to write you a letter. We're going to list, I think, now 7 to 9 instances where you've treated us differently or outrageously from the way you've treated other people. And I'd clean my act up if I were you, because we have to go through this, but you're now taking the step that's going to let me get to a Title 42, USC 1983 and 88 claim. And friends, that's a 14th Amendment claim. And I would be careful because after this last incident with Metro, you folks are capable of anything. You're absolutely capable of anything. Dan Cooper told me this couldn't have happened. He put it in an email and had to apologize to me 2 weeks later when he found out it had happened. Control your staff a little bit because I'm getting tired of them victimizing certain
Thank you,
people
Mr.
and
Claus.
benefiting other people.
Are there any other citizens who would like to make comment? I do have one form just handed to me. Eugene Stewart?
Eugene Stewart, 22595 Southwest Pine Street. Attended a meeting on the downtown streets and was happy to see that the city engineer and the project manager are taking a little stronger look at how the streets fix-up will affect the merchants that are in the way of this project. And they seem to start to understand that this project will affect some businessmen, and they're looking at how much it is going to affect them. We just hope that the council, when it comes time to approve plans, take a look also at how it affects, and maybe it would be, I believe it would be to the advantages of the businesses downtown if you spend a little bit more money so you don't disrupt them quite as much. As an example, in talking with Clancy's at one time, the last project, their revenues went down 30%. There are several businesses downtown, if you drop their revenues 30% or 50%, they won't be here when the streets are finished. So the faster you can finish them and not disrupt the normal business hours of the businesses, they will be able to survive through it. But you need to take the time and effort and listen to them and follow up on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Are there any other citizens who would like to address council at this time? All right, seeing none, we are going to move to new business. And we have one item of new business, and we're going to hear from City Attorney Paul Elsner.
Thank you, Councilor Grant. Members of the council, you have in front of you a draft version of an agreement between the city and Joe Gall. As you know, we kindly use the services of Councilor Henderson and President Grant to go through the terms and act as basically your liaison with our office and our contact with Joe Gall along with Heather Gantz. They've vetted this agreement over the course of the last 2.5 or 3 weeks that it's taken. I think that except for maybe 1 or 2 minor Scrivener errors in terms of that might be there, it's basically it's done. It's the agreement that I think that they've looked at and vetted, and I wanted to make sure that everybody felt comfortable with it. But I think it represents an agreement between the two parties.
Okay, thank you. I would say that having been involved in that, I found it productive the whole time, although it did take a long time, partly because I was out of town and there was a little bit of communication things, but very productive, and I felt that we got to a point that is fair and benefits the city and creates a nice package. That's kind of where what I'd like to say about it. It was a very productive set of meetings over the phone and in person. And so, any other council like to make comment on this proposed resolution? All right. Well, we could. I'll accept a motion.
I'll move we adopt resolution 2012-024.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 2012-024, resolution approving the terms of an employment agreement between Joseph Gall and the city of Sherwood. And all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, council. I'm excited to say that the resolution carries. So we're going to introduce Joe in a minute. Right now, we're going to go to city manager and staff reports.
Thank you, Council President. Council President, councilors, just wanted to give you a couple of updates. One kind of house cleaning. Today I signed off on a liquor license for Trees Restaurant and Catering. They're a new business going a distance to go to make things better. And so we're going to be rolling out here in the next couple of weeks, probably the second week of June, a new look to the page. It still pretty much has the same content behind it, but it's much easier to navigate. It has a much more professional look to it. It has some better tools for notification people. One of the things that we've really had an issue with is in order to send out a notification in regards to agendas or other things, you have to post it to the website, and then it automatically sends it out, but it doesn't send it out for a day or 7 days or 14 days later. And it's been a real problem. So this gives us a lot more tools to manage how those notifications go out. We can send them out instantly. We can send them out to a specific group. So it gives us a lot more tools to be able to notify. It's much easier for staff to update it so we can get content up there quicker, fresher, and just a lot better. So we're still continuing to evolve that tool and make it a tool that is a great communication tool, but I wanted to give you kind of a heads up that we'll plan on rolling that out. And I've seen the graphics on it before and got a chance to go in there today, and I can't tell you how much easier it was just to find stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll let the public and you decide how well it works, but I think it's going to be a very welcome change. And then lastly, Plaza. We've got invitations made up, and we'll be sending this to people within 1,000 feet of the Sherwood or the Cannery Square Plaza, which is about 400 people, and we're going to be doing everything we can to get the message out. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time right now telling everybody about the grand opening celebration that we're going to be having on Friday, June 1st, 4 to 6 p.m. We'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony about 4:30. Turning on the water features officially at that point in time for the rest of the summer season, and we hope everybody can come down and experience it and celebrate with us a project that has been underway for a while and it's good to get done.
Great. Thank you. Any other staff reports? All right, moving on the agenda to council announcements. I'm going to go ahead and start by saying I'm excited about the resolution tonight. We have spent a lot of time looking at applicants who started with a very large number, and today we have Joseph Gall. He's in the audience. Joe, raise your hand. Just wave to the crowd. There you go. I don't know if we're on TV, but whether or not we're on TV, anybody in the room or watching should get around and meet Joe. We have an excellent staff here, and I've already said I'm proud of the police force, library, public works. We're always proud of our staff here. And Joe adds to that. He's a super quality guy, and I know he's going to do a good job. Welcome to Sherwood, Joe. And he'll be starting in something like 6 weeks or something like that. And so he'll be right here and all in the height of the summer festivities that we have, and everyone will have lots of opportunities to meet him. And I hope everyone takes time to do that. So welcome, Joe. Any other announcements of council? Councilman Butterfield.
I would like to also welcome Joe, but on the same note, I want the citizens to realize the hard work that Tom Pessmer has put in instead as our pro tem. He's done a great job, and I'm really proud, and I know that Tom will support you, Joe, and I'm looking forward to having you two team up and helping make our city a better city. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to you, Tom.
Very well said. Thank you for saying that.
Quick one. The VPA benefit concert is this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 7:30. At the high school.
At the high school.
Yeah, community center's not done yet.
All right. Last one that's going to be there. All right, Councilor Henderson.
I just have a couple. Wanted to mention, at least to council, we received an email from, did it say where the citizen was from who had visited
Dells.
Judge Jack? Oh, okay. But
No, I don't remember where it was.
we had a citizen who received a ticket, and it was a very cut and dry case, and came to municipal court. Apparently, was farther down on the docket and sat over at the police station. We have a conference room similar to this. He sat through an hour or so of testimony, and he, of course, pled guilty to his ticket and paid his fine. But he sent the council a very nice note about Judge Jack. And we all know that, just as Council President Grant has said, we are extremely proud of our staff, and a lot of people don't necessarily meet Judge Jack unless you have a reason to go to municipal court. But he handles every case with dignity, with compassion, and is very fair, and gives everybody an ample opportunity to explain their situation, no matter what their situation is. And so this individual wrote a note to council saying, basically to commend Judge Jack, that every day he does that, and sometimes multiple days if the docket, I guess, compels it. And I have sat in on a municipal court, mostly because I just wanted to see what it was like, and I feel exactly the same way. And I think it's important that while we don't want people to get a ticket necessarily, we really like them to just comply with the law, when they do visit our municipal court, they feel heard, and they feel that it's a very just process and a process with integrity. And so I'm sure somebody forwarded that comment on to Judge Jack, right? To let him know we had received that comment. So I just wanted to mention it, that
Yes, it was forwarded on. It was very, very complimentary.
yes, it
so
was.
Thank you.
It was very well written, and just wanted to make note of that all of our staff contribute to making this place a great place to live and to work, or to visit. So that's all I have.
Okay. All right. Any other council announcements? All right, we're going to adjourn the regular council meeting now and go to the Urban Renewal Agency.